Good evening, everyone. Late Night Mega here, and tonight we're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist. This is a game I'm really excited about playing, so I'm going to go over a little bit first my history of the game. You can see I already kind of did a little stuff. It was just some stuff to make sure that this was going to record and play correctly. So I'm going to be going through the campaign mode, the single-player campaign mode, all of these. Now, a little bit of my history on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, because it is incredibly relevant to this, since these are duels from the anime itself, and I find that really cool. I've been wanting this for a really long time. I've actually stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh! The last game I played was the World Championship 2011. I stopped playing the actual cards back in 2006. As far as what I've seen of the anime, I've seen most of the original anime except for the fourth season. I've seen all of the GX, or at least most of the GX. I've seen bits and pieces of 5Ds. I would see like maybe 2 or 3 episodes in a row, but then miss large portions of it, so I haven't seen too much of that, so the story behind all of that's going to be mostly new for me. But I guess it's also supposed to be kind of like the story from the World Championship games as well. And this stuff I have no idea on, so that's going to be all completely new to me. Now, I did pick up the Millennial Duels, which is kind of the game that preceded this one, and I wasn't overly impressed by it. I'll get into that in a little bit. We're going to go ahead and do the start. Now, what's really cool about this is this campaign mode, you can use story decks, or the decks basically that the characters in the show would use as you repeat these duels from the Yu-Gi-Oh's history. I just find that completely amazing, and I just wanted to bring you guys that. Now, this playthrough is going to be it's going to be a little bit sort of in between other projects, so I'm not going to do this like all at once, but expect a couple of parts to be uploaded per week, or like in every other sort of thing. So just because I know this playthrough is going to end up going really long, I'm going to try and stick to 1 or 2 duels, probably 1 duel per part, and there's a lot of story duels. So I'm going to read this to you just because I think the text might appear a bit tiny for you. So, the story of Yugimoto begins at Domino High School, where Duel Monsters, the hottest card game in the world, was all the rage. Yugi was the best duelist around, and his friend Joey wanted desperately to learn how to duel as well. So, our history of Yugimoto starts with Yugi teaching the rules of Duel Monsters to Joey, as their friends Taya and Tristan watch as Joey loses horrendously. Hey, Joey, Earth to Joey, it's your turn. Isn't he cute when he's thinking? Hey, Tristan, Yugi here's teaching me how to play Duel Monsters. Dueling Monsters? Duel Monsters, you Nimrod. They've been at it for hours. Joey's just starting to get the hang of the game, but Yugi's like an expert. Okay, Yugi, it's time to duel. So, yes, my history with the card game. Well, here's the battlefield. I'm not entirely sure what the blue and red diamond thingies are. I know it has to do with pendulum summons and the new thing. This text isn't really important. It's just going to tell us how to play. I already know how to play, and chances are you probably do too if you're watching this. So we're going to set a monster that has 2,000 defense. It's a normal monster, so it has no special effects. So we do that, and we'll end. So one of the main things I was known for was my zombie deck. I had Pyramid Turtles, Spirit Reapers, Patrician of Darkness, redirecting attacks to the indestructible Spirit Reapers, and it was just all kinds of amusing. Yes, we're going to play a spell card. This is a continuous spell, so it'll stay on the battlefield, of course. And this tutorial will have you do a couple weird actions. Oh, they want me to move this to attack position. Like, I normally wouldn't be doing that in a regular duel, just because that's not a smart idea. Well, anyways, we're going to attack with Ninkendog, another normal monster. And so our goal is to get our opponent from 8,000 life points down to 0. There's also plenty of alternate win conditions. Okay, so that'll end our turn. So yeah, zombies. Oh, and Vampire Lord, of course, he was in there. And I just had so much fun with the deck, but my local meta wasn't super competitive at all, and I ended up just generally crushing pretty much everyone. So we're going to tribute summon this thing. Tells us they want us to use Ninkendog as our tribute, which under normal circumstances we do have a Call to Haunted here, which we're going to use, so it doesn't really matter in this situation. But normal circumstances, you're going to want to tribute your weaker monsters. We'll get rid of our attack booster. The only reason we're doing this is because, well, Joey is only going to get 2 turns of actual playing in this duel, and we're killing him this turn. And they want us to chain a card, a spell card, Rush Recklessly. It's a quick play, so we can do that. And the game doesn't really care which monster we give the attack boost to. I'll give it to our Gravy Crush Dragon, just because I like seeing numbers over 3,000 in this. So yeah, zombies were kind of the thing I was known for back when I played the actual card game. And, well, that's all there is there. And I also love the story in between. I mean, I know there's no voice acting in that, but it's just nice to have a game, a Yu-Gi-Oh game that's actually mirroring the actual story from the anime. I don't think we've had too much of that in the Yu-Gi-Oh series, and certainly not something that covers like all of the different anime series. Now, I also know, well, we'll finish the story and then I'll do some closing remarks for this part. What? A card that powerful totally wipes me out. Whoa, you stink at this game, Joey. You did fine, Joey. I just have better cards. My grandpa owns a game shop and I get all my best cards from him. Your own game shop? What are we waiting for? Let's go. Okay, maybe I can even get my grandpa to show us this super rare card he's got. Little did they know that someone was listening in on their conversation. Someone who was looking for a very rare card to add to his collection. And then we get to the prize, where we get, I guess we get cards for winning and some duel points, which we might be able to use back here whenever I unlock the card shop. But now I know there's also some download content, and I looked into it, and it's $5 for each little DLC pack they have, and they have a lot. Enough to be like $85 worth as of the recording of this part. And they do add more duels to the story. However, each duel or each DLC pack only adds 2 additional duels to the story. I mean, you get some characters, you get some you also get some pre-constructed decks to use, but mainly the only thing I'm looking for here is the main campaign here. That's pretty much all I plan on doing with this game. I don't plan on getting too heavily back into Yu-Gi-Oh! For reasons I'll probably go into. So yeah, that's all for this first introductory part. Next time, the heart of the cards.